I started smoking because I thought that's what you do when you grow up. That's what you do. So when you reach a certain age, you go to the shop and buy cigarettes. My mom always smoked, so I know my mom as a smoking person. I know that I remember that I like respected that, like that's what moms do. My father didn't smoke, so I can't say if it's like what you see from your parents is what the biggest influence is. For me, I can say that that was pretty definitely the case because I remember when she like when you saw the tobacco at the front, the cherry, when you saw that going back when she sucked in the cigarette, I thought, whoa, whoa, yeah. I think I smoked my first cigarette, or I lit I sucked the first time on a cigarette when, oh God, I was, I think, like 6 years old or so, maybe 7. Yeah. Um. So I guess the reason why I started smoking was because I wanted to be part of a group and not part of a different group, like the nice people, I guess. Well, yeah. So I wanted to be somebody more than I was. So I was probably had the feeling if you don't put a cigarette in your mouth non-stop, you're not enough, maybe. I stopped smoking because I like to be alive. No, seriously, I stopped smoking because I went online and researched for 1.5 hours and I got the information I needed for myself. I watched a video that was 90 minutes long and that guy just tells you what's going on in your brain when you light a cigarette and when you light the 10th and the 100th cigarette and how it just makes you addicted to the nicotine. And that was enough for me, so I heard what I didn't know, and after that video I stopped. So that's why I stopped. How I stopped? I just stopped. I called my husband and I said to him, I decided I want to quit smoking. Please throw away all of my cigarettes. He didn't smoke, never did, in the house. And when I get home, because I was at work, I wasn't at home, I don't want cigarettes in the house, so I don't want the option to light one like accidentally. And he did that, and this is how I quit. And I think that's the easiest way you can do it, instead of reducing it and just torturing yourself just for long and much more. Yeah. So I quit by not touching them ever again. I did not use any patches or any sprays, any pills, anything. I didn't use anything. I didn't use any substitutes, neither with nicotine nor without. I didn't use an e-cigarette. I tried the e-cigarette before, like for a couple of weeks or so, just to see what it's about. But I didn't use that for stopping, so I really stopped by watching a video, and after that, never light a cigarette ever again. Why I kept smoking after I started. So why didn't I just smoke one cigarette and decide that other people can do that and I don't? I don't know. I probably just really wanted to be part of that group. I don't know. I told myself I smoke because it tastes good. I smoke because everyone smokes. I smoke because it relaxes me. I smoke because it is my right. I'm a grown up. I'm 16. I think I started when I was 15. I don't even remember. But I guess it was around when I was 15, probably. I definitely already smoked when I was 16, so I couldn't tell anyone because it was not legal under 16. So in Austria, you can smoke when you're 16, which is crazy if you think about it. I also smoked, of course, because of the stress. Because when you're stressed and then you smoke, you're not stressed anymore. I smoked because it's social. I smoked because I can handle it. I'm sure I said that at some point too. So I smoked for the average reason. Every smoker has all of these good points to ruin your health. And I did it for 13 years, I guess. Yeah, I stopped when I was 27. I stopped on May 9th, 2014. Oh no, 2 years ago then, 2014. So I stopped when I was 28. Yeah. What I think about smokers now. I think smokers waste their money and ruin the lungs and basically the whole body. I'm sorry, but it's dumb. It's dumb. There is nothing smart about smoking. I'm not angry at smokers. I do care where they smoke. That's true. Maybe that's the only bad thing that you get when you quit cigarettes, when you quit tobacco, that you probably care the most about where people smoke and how many people smoke, because you were one of them. I understand every smoker before they go on a plane that they want to smoke 6 cigarettes at once. I understand that, and that is why I find people who still smoke, I would just recommend go online, invest 1 hour in research and just think about it. It's your health. I'm not angry at smokers. I cannot be angry at they just don't know. That's really what I think. People who smoke don't know or don't want to know. Probably that too. So a huge group maybe doesn't know what they are doing, what they are really doing, what's happening. I mean, you're addicted. You're addicted to a piece of tobacco stick thing with a filter paper wrapped around. A little cigarette that costs so much money, takes your life, and you don't even admit it. That's what I did. I think every smoker does that. Like, you want to smoke, right? You like to smoke, sure. Yeah. How I expected a smoking-free life would be when I already made the decision, but was still addicted to nicotine because I just quit. I expected my life would end. I thought there would be no fun anymore, there would be no happy points in my life. Like my life was over. That's really what I thought. It's like, how can you go out? How can you drink? How can you have a coffee? How can you eat? How can you do anything if you don't celebrate with a cigarette after? I was definitely wrong. Everything I expected did not happen. Well, okay, no, I expected to put on weight and that happened. But that happened because I ate like a cow, like like a truck. Really, like I saw it and I ate it. So of course you get fat. And also a few months later, just 3 months after I quit smoking, exactly 3 months, it was on August 9th, I broke my arm. And that was extremely painful. I broke it good, like really good. Like I could be proud of how I broke it. And therefore, moving, even though it was my arm, and it sounds weird, but if you ever had a broken arm, it shit hurt. I mean, seriously, that was, and I never had a broken anything before. I never hurt my body that much that I needed a hospital for it. Um, and that was painful. Every moving, I just tried to avoid moving. And then, if you just eat like a rubbish bin, then. So, yes, I put on weight, and that was something that I expected, but that was 98% my own fault. So, I put on a lot of weight. I put on like 25 kilos. And I'm sure it would only have been maybe 5 kilos if I didn't break my arm. So if I could do my normal everyday moving, just normal moving, just going to work, I couldn't do that. So I was stuck at home for like 9 weeks. And I'm sure 6 weeks I didn't even walk if I didn't have to. It just sucked. But besides that, nothing that I expected happened. So my life is, of course, better than it was before. Uh, I expected not to have fun anymore. That's not true. I have the same amount of fun. I would even say I have more fun because I don't have to run outside all the time. When you're invited somewhere, it's almost normal that you don't smoke in the house. Um, Most of the time, anyway. Now it's cold. It's -1 degree. If you smoke, you smoke at least. I guess I smoke 2 cigarettes an hour. If I was in a social group and there were more smokers, maybe even more. And if you sit outside in summer, then you smoke like 10 cigarettes. Okay, maybe not 10, 5. It depends. It depends. I mean, you smoke a lot, and if you have to leave the room all the time, that's not that much fun. Yeah. So what else did I expect? I expected that I wouldn't do things anymore, like enjoy a coffee, enjoy. Um, I like to smoke when I finished something, like cleaning, or just when you get home from work, you want to sit down and like relax. And I still do that now. I now relax a lot. The cigarette is just an extra and it's really not necessary. You do the same things you did before, just you have more time because you don't smoke anymore. So the time you would normally like suck cigarette, you can do more of the break stuff. Hmm? Was it hard to quit? Yes, it was very hard to quit. It was very hard because it was all in my head. I think I made it harder than it would have been or could have been. I was a very, very negative person that time. Um, didn't know about it though. When you smoke, you numb your nerves. It's poison, it's toxic for your nerves. So when you feel whatever feeling and you smoke a cigarette, you numb that feeling. So what happens, of course, when you don't smoke anymore and it feels like you feel much stronger. And I think that is what made me believe that it was so hard to quit. I really remember that it was shit hard. It was one of the hardest things I ever tried and succeeded though. Because I knew it was a constant thing. You cannot not smoke and then smoke and then not smoke. It just, I mean, you can, but I don't, I can't, and I would not do that to myself. I remember that I said to myself once, if for whatever reason, even if that should not even be a thought, because there is no reason, but if I ever smoke a cigarette again and turn to a smoker again, I wouldn't start quitting a second time, because for me personally, it was extremely hard. It was so much feeling shit for a long time. For a long time, I mean 10 days. It was definitely a start of a like light depression, definitely. But that shows you, that really shows you what what that does to you, or to me. I'm very, very happy that I don't smoke anymore. I think anything that makes you feel like that when you don't have it cannot be that good for you. So, yes, it was hard to stop. I'm very happy that I did anyway. And yeah, saying that it was easy for me just would be lying. If that's what other people experience, great. I mean, I hope that it's the easiest decision for everyone to make. The decision for me was easy too. Just the practical part after was, it was harder than I expected it to be. That I shouldn't say that, but it's true. It's amazing. It is amazing how addictive nicotine is. It is, and everyone who tries and is strong enough to say, I want to quit, I just do that, I just quit, I just put them down, great. And it takes a lot of willpower, but that just shows how strong you can be. For me, it's amazing. I'm so proud that I stopped smoking. It's like I'm if somebody asks me what I'm proud about, I say I stopped smoking. For other people, it might not be a big thing. For me, it was a huge thing. And that is, I think that extreme feeling comes because it was hard for me. But I'm so happy that I did it.